Yo, what is up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? It is 11:30 a.m. and we're here for Sunday Sessions, your 1 p.m. kickoff, only the second time this season. So excited. If you're new to Sunday Sessions, we are the official pregame show of the Buff Fan Base Network, the originators of the Bills Mafia. I'm super proud to be part of that, and also sponsored by 26 Shirts up there by my boy Scooter. 26shirts.com. Go give them all of your money. Del Reed and the gang got the hottest threads. You'll help out a family in Western New York. It's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. Guys, we're super stoked to get into today's show, but before I do, I have to introduce the smoothest, silkiest voice in all of Buffalo Bills podcasting. This man right here, Mr. Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Taste Sports Podcast. What's up, RT?
What's going on, Swank? The order of us got a little readjusted.
Yeah, dude.
I definitely, if you guys need to bump me down, I'm cool with it. But
you're all good, dude.
At the same time, I'm doing really well. It's good to wake up. Good to see the sun shining. I got 18 holes in yesterday.
Nice.
Shot an 83. Shout out to Andre Reed. I was pretty happy about that. So, of course, I saw 83. I was like, counted it up. I'm like, Andre. Not a 78. Not a 78, but an 83. I'll take it.
I thought you said you shot 18. Apparently you shot 9 holes.
No, that was 18. 83 and 18. Yeah, this time.
And this man right to the left of RT, who apparently can hear now and has a little smart aleck comment there, is my buddy Scooter Magooter. Scott, what do you got, brother?
Hey, when you're struggling to get everything working, sometimes you get angry and sarcasm comes out. I mean, I don't get violent, I get sarcastic. But would love to go out and hit 18 with you there, bud.
Yeah, we need to make that happen.
Hey, man, football's already happening. We've got the game already started at 9:30, but I can't wait to talk about ours. This is a big one coming up, another AFC conference football game. So let's get to it. Go Bills.
Yeah, guys, if you're new to the show, as I stated, what we like to do is hit you with the inactives, which literally just came out, and then give you our hottest and freshest takes. Of course, we love all of your questioning comments. Got 177 of you hanging out. Hey, listen, tell your buddies, tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell your ex-wife even. Screw her. Who cares? Send her the link. Get involved, man. We like to throw up all you guys' stuff. Real quick, the inactives for today. Not a list that really shakes any fear into me here. We'll run through it really fast. Only 5 names on it. We got safety Mike Edwards, which there was a little bit of stuff going on earlier this week about maybe him not being super happy in Buffalo, and maybe there being some drama in the safety room because he's not getting on the field. We can hit that in a minute. But Mike Edwards, we got Buffalo Joe on the list. Eddie Ulofushiu, which they just put him on, so I have to pronounce his last name every week. Then we got guard center Will Clapp, and then DT Zion Luge. Logue? Luge. Logue. RT, I'll start with you, man. Again, not anything super egregious to me on this list, but what do you make of it?
Well, I always, kind of look at the inactive list and say, okay, if it's not a list that's a shocker, who's active? Who are the guys that should be out there? And of course, Ray Davis is active for today's game after being listed as questionable. And new Buffalo Bills wideout Amari Cooper is active after being acquired by the Buffalo Bills via trade earlier this week. I think we were all pretty happy about that. I think I could speak for you guys on that one, right? So really happy that we'll see number – what is it, 18, 19? What number
18,
is he rocking?
18.
Yeah. So really, really excited for that. And I really loved what Ray Davis brought to the table last week. Was really pumped up for him when the Bills drafted him. Really liked the player in college. So I'm excited to, maybe feature a little bit of him in this show with some of my takes today.
Get a little two-headed monster going here, huh? In that backfield.
Buffalo Freight Train.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I love it.
What do you think, Scoot?
I love the list. I mean, you're not touching on the defense. Eddie Oliver's clearly playing, and our corners and safeties and everyone. It looks like we have our full roster. back with us. But I am excited to see, not only with the acquisition of Amari Cooper, we're going to see a 1-2 punch as far as big size wide receivers on each end with Keon Coleman now probably be the wide receiver 2, now facing cornerback number 2, but the 1-2 punch in the running back situation. We have not seen what Ray Davis could do in the backfield until last week. Now we know. Now that 1-2 punch is there. Now the defenses are going to struggle trying to figure out, do we cover these big wide receivers on the outside, or do we try to bring in an extra defender, especially when the Buffalo Bills bring in that 6 lineman set with Alec Anderson, who's doing a great job, by the way, to cover the run. It's going to be tough for the Tennessee Titan defense. It's going to be tough for the rest of the NFL to try to defend this if it's as effective as we all think it's going to be.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the low-hanging fruit. It's more about the names that aren't on the list than are on the list. We are as healthy as we could be minus one Matt Milano. So that's got to be a good feeling, especially hitting this part of the season where it's more likely that teams are really getting banged up, as proven by the Tennessee Titans inactive list, which I just pulled up, and it's a little lengthier than our list. Tajay Spears, running back, he's out. Will Levis, that was the big news. We're going up against Mason Rudolph today. That'll be interesting. L'Jarius Sneed is on this list. Caleb Murphy, linebacker. Leroy Watson, offensive line. Tight end David Martin Robinson, and defensive lineman Keandre Coburn. So they're a little more banged up than we are. That defense is serious coming into Buffalo, but like you said, a couple big names on here that I think they lean on a little bit to make that happen. So
I did not see any injury report on Sneed until now, to be honest with you. That's a surprising one that I'm surprised to see on there. So,
I mean, who do you think he would have been covering today?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I saw on Bleacher Report that he had some sort of, tweak or something like that. And I thought, okay, well, let's see if he plays, but I didn't think he'd be out. So that's definitely a shock. That's a big one.
Yeah, I think that's more important to this game for us than Will Levis being out. Right?
Yeah.
Like, to me.
Sure.
So
definitely.
That's a big name in the secondary that's not playing today or suiting up. So interesting. This game, guys, let's get right into it, man. And you guys keep the comments coming. You're doing great. Thank you so much for being a part of it. What are we looking at here? I think, like, at the beginning of the week, the Titans defense, they're number 1 in the NFL right now. They're like the toughest defense in the NFL. We're coming off a really nice, well-rounded win against the Jets. Probably should have been by a couple more touchdowns, but golly, did we see the return of the calm Josh Allen and spreading the ball out a little bit and leaning on that run. And man, just the comfort level there was like, oh God, It was so much better. Until Aaron Rodgers threw that Hail Mary, but it doesn't matter. Came out with the win. It's beautiful. It's what we needed. We'd be a lot more upset if we were sitting here 3-3 right now. But I feel like the beginning of the week going up into this game, I was like a little bit like, man, they were saying the Jets game might be a trap game. This seems like a trap game to me, man. Like, this seems like a heavy defense with like an offense that's like reeling a little bit, but he's got like a little bit of Josh Allen in him, so you never know, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it just seemed like a kind of a dangerous thing. And now, I don't know, I guess I feel way more relieved. I think knowing that if this team that we have in the Buffalo Bills is for real, they should wash them all day long. Like that, there's no question to me. If we're built and we are who we say we are, we should be walking out here 5-2 by halftime. But the other side of that coin is they can't walk in thinking that, because then it really is a trap game. Now you talk about Mason Rudolph and Noah Darius. I don't know. Scooter, let me hear your take on what do you think the Bills offense has to do today to get it done against this stout defense?
Take advantage of what they're bringing to the table. We already know the number 1 corner, who obviously in Kansas City was allowed to get away with a lot of shit, but now he's in Tennessee. You need to take advantage of this opportunity. Not only for that, but for the fact that you're bringing in a brand new wide receiver, and now you get to test that dual backfield. This defense is tough, but they are beatable, as their record suggests, 1-4. So the team does lose games. But you need to get, I'll say it again, you need to get on these teams quick because this team has nothing to lose. They're playing with a backup quarterback. They're playing with a backup corner, basically. Everybody's got to shift a couple ways. So, trap game, yeah, I'd say it's more than what it was last week. Head coach is a big deal with the Jets, but when you're losing both leaders on offense and defense, it is a potential. You need to come in firing on all cylinders, and you need to be able to take advantage of it and use all the new tools that you have after finding out what the Buffalo Bills could do last week with their talent.
I like it. Patrick says, Swank, don't forget about our SpaghettiOs bet. Yes, Patrick and I are playing each other in fantasy this week, and if whoever loses has to chug a can of SpaghettiOs. There will be no SpaghettiO videos on the show today, and I'm very sorry. Please go to Corey Blaine's page and everybody else that participates. But now, for whatever reason, whenever I throw a video up, it freezes everything, and we can't get through the show. So I'm figuring it out. I'm calling up every nerd I know to try and get it figured out. But go to our boy Corey Blaine's site and watch his video. It's very, very good and inspiring. It'll make you want to chug some SpaghettiOs and jump through a table. Yeah, man, I hear you on that. RT, what are you thinking, man? What's our offense got to do today?
Honestly, I'm really excited to see Amari Cooper, see how he's featured, see where they put him, where they line him up, how they shift him, how they move him. As well, I think that Amari Cooper is going to help, but I think he's going to help everybody else too. I think he's going to help Keon Coleman. I think he's going to help Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid. But defensively, Shakir, right? Got to throw his name out there. Defensively, though, I think this game is going to be interesting for Buffalo because they're preparing for an athletic Will Levis. Then Will Levis is out. Now Mason Rudolph is in, and Mason Rudolph is a tricky guy. There's moments where he's shown that he could be really effective and really athletic in his own right. But Tony Pollard is a guy that I think his back's kind of against the wall. He needs to bounce back from his bad season last year. No Tajay Spears, so I expect the Titans to run the ball quite often to try to keep Josh Allen off the field as well. Tony Pollard could be the guy that Buffalo's defense just hits to zero in on. Wide receiver-wise, Tennessee's not really too deep, so I definitely feel like Tony Pollard is a big, big key to this game. If the Titans can run the football, we saw Breece Hall rattle off some really big runs last week against this Bills defense. That's got to stop for Buffalo to get Josh Allen back out on the field. And Josh Allen's on the field, and he's doing his thing. The more opportunities you give that guy, the better a chance you have to win. So stopping that run, is a key, I think, for the Buffalo Bills defense.
Yeah, I agree. Treylon Burks is also not playing today. He's not on the list, but he's
on
out.
IR.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's their options are limited. It's going to be interesting to see. And I like Pollard a lot. I liked him a lot when he was in Dallas.
Sure.
And I definitely think like the D line's going to have their hands full, and everybody's just going to have to sit on their gaps and make sure that they're doing their job today, because the one thing I don't want to see is that one big explosive run play that kills all the running stats for the whole defense. We get one per game, and I'm done with it. We should be done with it.
Right.
Let's go here, because I think with the shakeup at the quarterback position now, and Mason Rudolph, he's got a little bit of a history in this league. I think they're going to be trying to lean on that run, and I think they see it as a weakness of this defense. So, I think they got to shore up, and the trenches got to do what the trenches do. And put a little pressure on Mason, man. He's going to get cute because they're going to run first, second down, and then third down, you got to smash him. Mm-hmm. Maybe not the way Myles Garrett tried to, but just tackle him.
Notorious moment. I'll never forget that one.
Oh man,
that took it from me, Swank. I was going to say they got to put a helmet on him. Doesn't matter how.
Put a helmet on him. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Lots of you guys, man, getting in the comments here. Tom Manweiler says, "Is Cook playing today?" Yes, he is, sir. He is. I expect to see him getting a shared workload back there. Maybe not quite as much as he was getting the first couple weeks. And partially injury, partially you got Davis with a hot hand right now. I think they're going to feed him a little bit and see what happens.
Sure.
Here's the thing with those kind of injuries. If you sit on the sideline and get cold, they get stiff and it hurts more.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost want to say James Cook is going to get a normal workload like he normally does, just so he doesn't stiffen up and things go south on him. Just my theory.
There you go. I don't know what happened. I think we got squirreled around there, but RT, man, what do you think offensively this team, like, what do we have to do to get a win today?
Honestly, for Buffalo, I want to see a little bit of what we saw, last week. I thought that their running offense was really good. I liked the actual plays that they utilized. There was some delay handoffs. There was handoffs to the left, handoffs to the right, a little bit more stretch, a little bit more zone runs. Kind of reminded me of the 49ers, to be honest, in terms of what Kyle Shanahan likes to do, loves to get the offensive line moving. I think that's why there were so many penalties, because the refs weren't used to seeing this many offensive linemen moving and guys having to be a little bit more gritty. I thought the game last week was one of the worst officiated games I've ever seen. Just throwing that out there. I hope that I don't know, but I didn't see the officiating crew, but I hope the crew that was there last week is not there today in Orchard Park, because holy, that game might end at 5:30, and people want to watch the 4:00 game too.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think Josh Allen is always the key. But I definitely feel like there is going to be a little bit more variety with Amari Cooper brought on. I think it's going to really open some things up, and I really liked what I saw last week from the rookie Keon Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
The rookies really showed up last week, so that's what we talked about early in the season, guys. We talked about the rookies having to be bigger, more important pieces to the team, and I think we're going to have to see it again this week.
I like it. Our boy Robbie from 716 Sports Blizzard, who said hi to all three of us. What's up, Robbie? Says, question for Scott. Who do you see popping off today, Cook or Coleman?
Oh, there you go. Well, to answer your question, I think it should be Coleman, just based on now the defense has to shift and cover Amari Cooper. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The guy's a route running machine, and he's gonna demand that CB number 1, who's now the CB number 2 on the team. So Keon Coleman's gonna have the advantage. But the guy I see popping is, because they now have to respect both edges and with both running backs, Kincaid. He's popping this week. But to answer your question there, Robbie, I think it's gonna be Coleman.
Coleman over Cook. Other than that, my man, what do you see this offense doing today? What's the sauce?
Well, I already told you my offense, so I'll switch over to defense.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got our wires crossed up there
jacked
somewhere.
everything up, man. I tell you. Pressure. You're bringing in a quarterback. Who knows how much film study they did on this guy and figured out his tendencies, but we all know Mason Rudolph folds under pressure. Put a helmet on him and you'll be all set. Bring the pressure. Swank, you said it. They're going to run, pass. So get him in a situation where it's not a 3rd and 5. Get him in a situation where it's a 3rd and long, and he has to sit in the pocket for an extra half second. So Russo can cook finally this after being absent for a while.
I like it. Russo, I mean, people have accused him of disappearing. He's still making plays. He's just getting double teamed every single down. I mean, he's getting tackles. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. They just don't really have anybody complimenting on the other side effectively with a 4-man rush. I want to see blitzes. I want to see 5 guys. I think they should have done that against Aaron Rodgers during the Hail Mary. I'll go to my grave saying that, because the guy's old and he's not mobile. I think that formula still works because your secondary is so good. Like you could still sneak a guy in there. And if you're threatening that a little bit more than what you're doing right now, as opposed to the stay the course, Sean McDermott, rush 4 kind of thing, you're going to keep offenses on their toes, and especially guys that are backups and guys that are rookies and guys that are super old. So I don't know. I'd like to see, for me, on the defensive side, a little bit more pressure from different spots and angles. And Sean's never been shy about that. I mean, he's done linebacker blitzes and corner blitz and all that stuff. It's just, I think we need to see a little bit more of it. It's a little bit of that whole conservative kind of play that we see from Sean McDermott. Sometimes he gets in those lulls. But yeah, I think bring the hammer. Let's go.
Yeah, if it's the end of the second quarter and there's seconds left for a Hail Mary attempt, bring more than 2 people.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And don't drop Epinesa into coverage.
or Rousseau, which is even
Or
worse.
Rousseau.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord!
Yeah,
Please
so your
go.
two best pass rushers on the field, you have back in coverage.
To see the ball go deep and they had the behind the quarterback view and you see 3 guys 15 yards downfield, it's like, why were they even out there? You should have just played with 8 people.
Yeah. Guys,
Crazy.
it's 11:51 right now. We like to try and keep this a tight 30. Might go a little over noon, but want to get everybody into their pregame rituals. I don't know which side of I think I did defense here. But offensively for me, man, I want to see more of the same. I want to see a nice mix of the run. I want to see here's a question for the panel here. Over under on Amari Cooper, where are we setting the line? How many yards does Amari Cooper get? And or where are we setting it Vegas style, fan base style? What do you think? 50? Is 50?
Over 65.
Over 65. If 65 is the line, you're going over and under, Scott.
Here's the bold. I think the Bills Mafia is going to get their money's worth today, and they're going to see exactly why they brought in Amari. I think he's going to get 50 on one play. I think there's going to be huge yards after catch play for him.
Damn.
So I'm pushing the 75 mark, so I'm going over.
All right.
The first route that he should run should be 40 yards down the field, in my opinion. Like you bring a guy in like that, just tell him to go deep. Tell him Josh will chuck it to you, and let's have some fun. You know,
see, I'm different. I have a quick curl route to have him get his separation and show off his abilities and get that yards after catch. I want both of those things: his route running and the yards after catch to prove what RT's saying.
We can do the curl route after the big play. You know?
Forget both of you. I want something completely different. Forget both of you.
Not a screen, Swank. Don't say a screen.
I want direct snap with him bombing it down the field to Ty Johnson. That's what I want.
Oh, there you go.
No. What I want is for him to do a go route very first play and throw it underneath the Dalton Kincaid. That's what I want. Because we were talking
effective. I mean, that's a Cooper play.
Wasn't it Tuesday that we were talking about this? Where I was like, you know what Josh Allen's going to want to do? You know, if you had to guess what the very first play is going to be, he wants Amari on a burner and he wants to throw it 10 yards over his head and whatever. And to me, I was like, send him there and then send somebody right behind him. And like, that's the play. That would be the mature Joe Brady, Josh Allen play to me, where you don't let him get the candy. You take the taters. You just take the taters underneath. You know,
mashed taters.
That's what they preached in the offseason. These wide receivers are going to run routes to bring other people open. So I mean, that would all come full circle if that's what happened on that play. Oh, beautiful!
And listen, I want that to happen so that later on in the game, that play's wide open.
Yeah,
down
there
the
you
field. That's why. Yeah, good times, cool stuff, man. I like this. You guys are killing it.
He'll get open. I'm not worried about that. You know, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, there'll be separation, I believe.
Yeah.
Here we go. 11:54, guys. Let's do. We'll do a little X Factor, and then we'll go around and do our score predictions. Scooter, let's start with you, buddy. What's your X Factor for today?
It's going to change from the Kagan report, and I'm going Josh Allen only because 0 interceptions. I'm not jinxing it. I'm just saying it. Now he's got someone that he can give the 50-50 ball to, and he's going to take more chances. So my X factor is, will Josh Allen withhold from trying to play hero ball, because now he's got someone he can show off with and just play his game. It's Josh Allen's mentality towards having now a true number 1 wide receiver.
So there was a question in there, and then there was a bunch of. So your X factor is Josh Allen. That's
Josh Allen being able to. Yeah, calm himself and play his game.
Gotcha. Okay.
You got a nice new toy. We can use it, but don't get overexcited. Don't force anything.
Gotcha. You're looking for the white elephant Christmas.
There you go.
All right. RT, what do you think, man? What's your X factor?
X factor, man. You don't bring a guy in from outside the organization, 6 weeks into the season for nothing. I'm going with the new addition, Amari Cooper. I think a lot of guys have talked about this week, ESPN, CBS Sports, and gals too, that there hasn't been a receiver that's joined a team mid-season that's had much of an impact. But most of those receivers are on really bad teams already, and then they go to really, really bad teams. So I'm thinking that, Amari Cooper just got the upgrade of the century, going from Deshaun Watson to Josh Allen. I would take Amari Cooper as the X factor. I think he's going to have a good debut, a solid debut, and it's going to show that these last few weeks he's been missing from this offense. A player of his caliber has been missing from this offense. It's going to help other guys separate. It's going to help other guys get open, and move guys around as well, because I think it's been proven in the 3 stops prior to Buffalo that Amari Cooper can line up virtually anywhere on the field. So I think he's going to have a great day today. I'm going to go 5 or 6 catches. I'm going to go over 70 yards, and I will throw out there a touchdown, maybe early in this game.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. DH says, what's everyone's blazing take? Mine's Josh throws for 300 plus and has 4 TDs. Yeah, I like that, DH. Nice get. Patrick's throwing out scores already. Lisa says, Khalil Shakir showing up Mariah Cooper. I don't know if that's a joke or if you just didn't get our mind.
It is Mariah Carey's season, so
it is. Yeah, it's getting there.
She's still frozen, only for a little while, and then she'll come out.
Then she thaws out, dude, right around Thanksgiving, dude. John says Josh Allen hooking up with Amari Cooper all day. I love it, man. I love the positivity here. It's a good thing. Yeah, we got Josh, we got Amari. For me, man, I'm gonna stick on that offensive side of the ball, and I'm gonna say Khalil Shakir. I think he's going to eat a lot today because of the presence of Amari Cooper. He's going to demand a double team. I think Amari's going to be on the field for the majority of the snaps because he's a seasoned vet, and you got to account for him. Have him out there, even if you're not going to throw to him every damn down. I mean, they gotta cover him. There's just nothing else you can do. And as we talked about, the trickle-down effect, the other wide receivers will eat, and you will see how great this wide receiving core is once they have a true number 1 back in the lineup. So, yeah, I think Shakir has a big day today, and I'm going to go over 100 for him in a tutty. How about that? Ooh. Let's go score predictions. I'm going to start with my boy RT. RT, what do you got for a score, buddy?
I think it's going to be a big win for Buffalo. I think that Buffalo does match up really well against this team, even if the Titans were at their healthiest. So being that the Titans aren't, I think Buffalo should win this one. I'm going to go 30-17. Be cognizant and recognize the run. I think that that's the only area where Tennessee could really hurt Buffalo. But early on, that might be the case. But later, as this game goes on, I think Buffalo's going to run away with it. Josh Allen has a day. I'll go 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. Amari Cooper, a big debut, as I mentioned, the X factor. And I think that they will get to Mason Rudolph. The one kryptonite that Mason Rudolph has is that he holds onto the ball too long. If he'd get rid of the ball a little quicker, he probably would be starting, somewhere, maybe even in Tennessee. So I think the Bills defense as well will make it a long day for the Titans backup quarterback, and Buffalo's going to get a win, move to 5-2 at home with a great win, and stay healthy.
I like it. It must be something in the water down in Pittsburgh when somebody goes to Pittsburgh, man, because like Trubisky's got the same problem, holds on to the ball too damn long.
Yep.
If you do that too long, you get cracked in the head with a helmet. It's no good for anybody. Scott, what do you got for a score prediction, my man?
I'm sticking with 35-17. The Bills jump on them quick, and those 17 points from the Titans are going to come late. I'm with you. You do everything. You get on the top quick, and you just play your defense and your offense, and I think the Bills will be all right. Corey Blaine, I saw 42-14. I can't leave him hanging since he's not doing a video. I'm going to go ahead and have some of my SpaghettiOs.
He did do a video.
Yeah, he did do a video.
I just can't play it.
Look at these little footballs. Meatballs. Here we go. There we go. There you go.
Little footballs.
Little footballs.
Here comes the airplane, Scott.
35-17. Go Bills.
All right. Yeah, so you might see me finally eat SpaghettiOs on the show. I don't know though. I got some faith going on here. My kicker got me 4 points so far, so we'll see what happens. I haven't looked at the scores. I don't remember what I said on the K-Gun, to be honest. But I think with new information, with the change at quarterback, with Snead being out, with the Bills kind of hitting a stride right now, feeling good about themselves. Man, I see it being big, and I think they score at least 35, and I think our defense is going to eat today and show exactly why they're one of the top 5. units in football, minus that stupid running anomaly. So I'm going to say 35-10. Bills rout them and give some people at Highmark something to cheer about after almost a month of no home games.
Damn.
So if you're out there, yell and scream and have a good time, man. John says no score prediction, but the Bills win by at least 2 scores. Lonnie says 36-14. What's up, Lonnie?
Hi, Lonnie.
Corey says, love you, Scott. 18,000 exclamation point. Cheers, brother. What's up, Corey? Got Patrick Ryan. When I play you in fantasy, some SpaghettiOs bet I made with Swank. Oh, same SpaghettiOs bet.
Next week, Pat's going to get dealt the L.
I tell you, the shit talk.
He better eat
league,
the L's in the alphabet SpaghettiOs. Better eat those.
All the L's.
They don't have them. They have mini helmets, ref shirts, and footballs. No.
He's talking about normal ass SpaghettiOs.
Right off the top of my head.
That was good, man.
Brilliant.
That was good. It was good. All right, guys. 12:02. We're gonna hit you with a little quick final thought and say goodbye. Guys, enjoy the game. RT, hit them with your final thought and where they can find you.
Final thoughts. I definitely think this is a game where the Bills can showcase who they are, get back to kind of getting in rhythm. I felt like even last week there were moments where they were getting back into rhythm. Then I saw the little, cracks in the ceiling here and there. I want to see just a clean, methodical, just easy flowing game. I know no game in the NFL is easy, but if there was one to date, in terms of opponent, it should be this one against Tennessee. I just feel like Buffalo is a much, much better team. As well, I will tell you that I think that this is a point in the season beyond this game where Buffalo can really turn the page, put behind you the first kind of quarter plus of the season. Now with a new addition, it's almost like this team could look like a completely different team if they approach this game the right way. So that's my final thought. Thomas Take, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be live this week, and I'm really excited to recap this game and preview next week against Seattle.
Hell yeah. Follow our boy Thomas over here, Mr. Ryan Thomas. Upstairs here, my brother from another mother. Tickling your armpit. Scooter Magooter, what do you got for a final thought, my bro?
More of the same, what you guys already mentioned. We haven't played a home game in a month. So, Mafia, mount up, be loud for us that can't be there. And Buffalo Bills, we're at home. Shore up those mistakes. Come on. 11 penalties last week accepted. That means there were more than that. So, look for the Bills to do that. Keep their cool and produce very well on the field. Give us something to look forward to next week. With a new look offense, I agree. We'll see more of a double running back, the 1-2 punch, as well as the wide receiver group. So this is why we say one game a week, one game at a time, because every week is different, and we're about to see why this week. We're taking advantage of a injury-riddled Titans team. Let's have fun, and hopefully we're all cheering and giving each other high fives at halftime. We'll be 5-2 at halftime, like Swank said.
Hell yeah. That was a mouthful with all them SpaghettiOs. You got it out. That was good.
Chew them down
quick. Guys, if we are the team that we think we are, these are the games that we should completely wash. I don't care that this defense is ranked highly in the NFL. This offense should be able to handle these kind of defenses. And we got a little bit of an easier path, I guess. We can say that about, the secondary being a little banged up, about the starting quarterback not playing, all that stuff. You got to go out and play the game the way you would play it no matter what. So hopefully they just steamroll them. Hopefully this is the team that we think they are turning into and will ride all the way into the AFC Championship and beyond. Guys, you can catch Sunday sessions an hour and a half before kickoff every game day. Actually, next week we will be doing a live in-person stream at Doug Kent's Bowling in Newark, New York. So if you are in the Finger Lakes area or want to be in the Finger Lakes area, come hang out. It is the first of its kind. Myself, Scooter, and Jared, and RT remotely, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm going to try to make that happen for show.
Sweet. So we'll be hanging out there for the early games, doing this here, taking your questions and comments. We got a Thurman Thomas mini helmet signed, authenticated, that we'll be raffling off. We also have some giveaways. We'll have a bunch of FLX merch, FLX Mafia merch, drinks, good times, and then we're going to hang and watch the Bills play the afternoon game, the Seattle Seahawks. It's going to be a good time, man. So please, it'd mean a lot to us if you guys showed up and hung out and, do it up. Just do it up. There's an event on Facebook. Go on Facebook. If you don't have an account, make an account. Who cares? Just do it, right? Guys, love you. Enjoy the game. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Love y'all. Go Bills.
Go